Hi, George Tait here, How to Kill a Piano. This week's episode, a little bit different. I thought I would do a behind the scenes on how we do some of the music, because I'm constantly working ahead music-wise on this story and writing and creating and putting together different sounds that we can use in the show. When I say we, I still just mean me. That's just a habit that I do. I constantly refer to myself as a we and an us, but that's another story for another time on why I have that habit. Right now, we're standing in the middle of my living room, and behind me is my brick fireplace. On the fireplace is a very eccentric lamp that has a doll's head at the center, and it's made out of an old clock, just to give you an idea of the room we're in. In the corner, there's a banjo hanging in the corner of the room from the wall, mounted with a zombie hand that's holding onto it. And in the opposite corner, there's a clock also being held by sort of a weird statue hand, but the clock is a guitar, which years ago my lovely cat, Karina, decided to smash so that it could no longer be strung with strings, so it became a clock. There's a lot of eccentric things in this room. The couches are covered in skulls, and the coffee table is full of vintage magic books from the early 1900s and late 1800s, and some other things like teeth and bones and whatnot. So that is what I'm standing in the middle of right now. And maybe we'll post a picture of this for you to actually see. The house is not entirely different from Charlie's house. That probably doesn't surprise some of you. Anyway, I also have a guitar, I have a looping pedal, I have a toy concertina that we're going to play with, and something called a Dualo du Touch S. Now, the Dualo du Touch S is the little cousin, little brother, little sister. It is the half-size version of a regular Dualo, and a Dualo is from France. It is a synthesizer / looping machine that mounts to a belt that I'm also wearing at the moment, and it allows you to do some incredible things, make some incredible sounds. So we'll be featuring that as well. There's no piano on this track because this is something that we intend to use later in the story, but we thought we'd give you a sneak peek because we're working on it now. So the process here, or the intention here, is to simply create some different sounds and paint them together in an audio context and see how it sounds. So we're going to use all of those things, probably not the banjo, but everything else, to paint some interesting textures for you. And I thought I would do that live rather than try to edit it all together later as a final piece and let you hear what that process is like. So without further ado, we're going to give that a shot. So there you have it. A bunch of sounds mashed together. Hopefully that was enjoyable. And if it wasn't, well, I guess more story will be waiting for you next week. Thanks very much. I'm George Tait. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to share this, blog this, tell your friends about it, like it, smash the subscribe button, etc. We'll see you next Monday.